All right, Bobby, go for it.
Put him on Kornet.
Luke.
Put him on Kornet, Cam.
He is our father.
You missed that dunk, though, even though it didn't count. That was nasty.
And they took
Yeah.
away another basket off the stupid offensive interference.
That was a horrible call, Bob.
Friggin' crappy crap.
That was a horrible, horrible call.
That shouldn't
I
even
don't
be
know
a
why Joe-
rule.
Send an email
Why
to
didn't
the
Joe-
league, Bobby.
Why didn't
Send
Joe
an email.
challenge? That's an easy-
Ridiculous.
It shouldn't even be a rule.
He'll challenge
But-
an out of bounds call, but he won't challenge an auto 2 points. I don't get that.
This was
Right.
a phenomenal game from Luke.
There it is.
And while you guys were laughing and not even listening
With
when
the
I said
capital P.
this
You
would
know
be
what, Bobby? But you're not setting it up. I'll set it up for you. Watch, I'm going to do you a favor.
Yeah. See,
here,
I don't
Bobby,
like this,
okay?
Bobby. I don't like this. See, I told you so, Bobby. Like, don't
Well,
Well,
no,
look-
I want him to take his victory lap, but he's not using the full production here.
Oh, you want the stage? You want the stage?
Last-
Jack.
No, last episode of the Garden Report.
not
This is
just
what
'cause of
happened.
Luke. They can play drop all day against this team. And this actually surprised me. Someone on Twitter brought it up. I didn't see
Just
these
time
stats.
out, real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to point out here that my
Snowball.
question was, what is the Celtics' biggest advantage versus Cleveland? And within the first 7 words of your answer, Luke's name came up.
It's like
are
once
we
it comes up, it
really?
just snowballs.
Are
It's
we-
not about
Again,
him, though.
I don't mind talking a little about Luke. Or do we really believe that he belongs in the first sentence of an answer to the question, what's the biggest advantage the Celtics have here?
Only because they're going to be able to play drop all day long in this series.
He was right.
That was the story of the game tonight.
Yes, no,
Give
you
me
did it
stuff.
again. You
See,
did
here
it
we go.
again.
This is what we're
You
talking
did it
about.
again. You had a little advantage, right? You had a little, and you
Took
went
the whole
all the
thing.
way to.
Take a lot.
You went all. You took the whole thing, and you said he did it again. Did he do it again? Like,
We gave you
This
some
is a
slack.
story.
Bobby.
was he
This
the
is a-
story of the game?
This is a perfect Luke series. Early on, you're switching. You have Al out there. You're giving up some open threes.
It's the
You're getting
Luke
beat in
series.
transition to the basket.
Put that on a
Luke
t-shirt.
comes out there, and with the offensive rebounding, with the way they're slowing down the Cavs offense, you're able to set your defense, drop them back. And I showed you the shot chart, John. You were sitting right next to me. The Cavs didn't hit a mid-range shot until halfway through the second quarter tonight. Luke
If
just
they did,
completely
we'd be
took away the
killing
paint.
Luke in his drop defense, but they didn't hit him. That's fine. But that wasn't like it was defended.
Yeah, but they don't want to take mid-range twos. And that was the point I was trying to make last night, is you can just drop Luke back. He'll take away the paint. And if the Cavs aren't hitting their threes, it's over for their offense.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Use the code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Bobby's getting a lot of love in the chat right now. Bobby, you were right. I mean, this again. Do you think Jared Allen being out obviously helps a lot?
Absolutely. This is a whole different series if he comes back.
Well,
JB
Porzingis
Bickerstaff.
being out, I don't think you'd get this much playing. I don't think you'd see Luke playing this much if Porzingis.
What do you want for your third center?
That's why you have a third center. So when the first goes out,
Prime Shaq is crazy.
and the third comes back to the backup role. He's great. I mean, the strength to have the kind of rebounding. Now, if there was any weakness that really frustrated people and really made them not want to see Luke in the past, because he's always been this great rim protector. He's always been a good lob threat and, finisher around the basket as long as he's been here. The rebounding killed him in the past. I know people had problem with the tip outs. People had problem with just his overall strength on the boards. But he comes into this game and grabs 7 rebounds in like 6 minutes. A ton of them offensive, extra chances, putbacks. He has taken his rebounding game to another level, and that makes him a real asset in a series like this because he doesn't have to guard the perimeter, Jimmy. They're not going to put him in actions. They're not going to pull him out. They're not going to switch him out to the perimeter. So he can really just sit back at the rim, block some shots, grab some rebounds, and be a deterrent out there with his size. 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. That's what you want from your third center.
Now I got Louise is
I agree.
comparing the Kornet persecution to the JB persecution here,
boy.
and that's fine.
That's quite a reach.
Yeah.
But no, listen. I think Luke gave them exactly what they needed, and this was our biggest fear in the regular season was that you were going to have an injury and you were going to have to end up with somebody like Luke or Kada or Tillman, and you weren't sure if they were going to kill you. And John, I hate to say it, but you said at times you thought it would be a very quick hook for Luke if he had to be in.
I still think it is.
It still is. I agree with that, Jimmy.
But he
had 2 blocks to start.
Yeah. He controls it. It. Whereas, like, you had those other players who's like, if he doesn't hit a 3 early, you're going to get him out of there. I still think it's a fairly quick hook on some of the benches, depending on the opponent. But again, you just couldn't have better matchups here to be able to play guys and not be worried that you're going to get smoked and, have the game get away from you in their stints. It's just these teams are just not up to Boston's standards. So again, it's that same thing where Cleveland gets into their bench. Look who they're playing, man. I mean, guys who were in street clothes. Like
that first bench rotation was brutal.
Oh my goodness gracious, is it bad? So I'm not taking it away here, but it's a safe series for Luke. It absolutely is. It totally is. The Miami series was safe for really all the bench guys. You wonder if it ratchets up and the competition gets tougher. Some of these guys might get played off the floor because.
But this is what we've always said. He's a matchup.
Yeah.
He's a matchup guy, and this is a really good matchup for him because the Cavs don't shoot mid-rangers. And they're not an exceptional three-point shooting team, especially on the perimeter. So he can just sit back and defend the rim all day long in this series. And it devastated the Cavs. I mean, they had that 8-9 stretch in the first quarter. Then they scored 15 points in the second and went on like a 7-for-26 drought because they just couldn't get to the basket.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you have to credit Luke also because even some of those plays where he didn't necessarily block the shot, he made Mitchell, uncomfortable a little bit, right? He made him switch up, and a lot of the times those turned into a missed layup, and then that's when the Celtics got their fast break going. I mean, one play in particular where he did that to Mitchell, outlet, I believe it was to Drew, and boom, 2 points on the other side of the floor. So that's
I love this. This is where third
stops. He's looking ahead right away. He's not trying to celebrate. He's not going to hold the ball for a little bit. He gets the ball right back up the floor, and like that's the type of moving the ball in transition and making sure everyone get their touches, like it fits. So yeah, this is that type of series for him when you look at just how shorthanded and how thin the Cavaliers are up front.
This is where he's your third center came from because he holds Bam the 5 for 14. He has this game tonight, and now we're seeing comments saying, "Yeah, but can he bang with Jared Allen?" What do you want him to do?
No, he can't, Bobby. But he's not in the equation right now.
He's your third center. Whose third center is banging with Jared Allen?
This is where that came from. That's right.
When Bobby says it with sincerity, it's even better than Jimmy's taunting one. He's your third center.
What about Fernando? I don't know.
By the way, I told Joe Sway.
Bruno Fernando, Atlanta's third center.
When Luke started playing 2 years ago, real minutes to start that season, I was like, Joe Sway, I think I heard some like Luke chants, and you're like, I didn't hear that. That must have just been you. Tonight, the whole garden was chanting Luke.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's won over the fans.
On a Tuesday night. That's impressive.
He got a standing ovation tonight.
It must have been a 7 o'clock start. People were getting after it. Got right into the game. You got two legit chants. That's true. It didn't just happen once.
I heard the garden was kind of quiet tonight. Is that true?
It picked up later. It started.
Bobby, did you get the Luke chant recorded? Did you record that?
I kept missing it every time.
Make it your ringtone.
I recorded it, but it almost sounded like booze because it was like Luke.
Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets at Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS and get $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed.